Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video we are going to be dyeing my hair rainbow again. Everything about this rainbow is different than anything I've done in the past. I'm using a new color line that I've never tried before. We're doing a totally different pattern that I've never even come close to trying. I'm really nervous. I'm so scared I'm going to mess it up. But my husband told me that I'm the best and I'm really good, so I can do it. So I'm holding out a little bit of hope that I can pull this off and it's gonna turn out amazing. So I'm combining multiple different patterns this time. I'm gonna be taking a horseshoe section at the top of my head. So all of this right here will be like a prismatic rainbow. So this top portion of my hair is inspired by Fab Hair by Josh. He's an amazing colorist. He specializes in rainbow hair color. I will leave his Instagram in the description down below. Please go check him out. He is absolutely amazing. I hope I can be like 1/10 of as great as he is because I'm very nervous and I hope that I can do this. So like I said, this top part is going to be prismatic rainbow. When I have rainbow hair, I normally have it like this. So whenever I pull back my hair, this whole section is pink. I really want this section to be rainbow when I pull it back. So when my hair is like this, I want it to be pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be taking sections like this. I'm not sure how that's gonna work in the back of my head. I might take sections going all the way down like this. Honestly, I'm not completely sure. I just hope it turns out bomb, and I really hope that I like it because this is gonna be a lot of work and a lot of effort. Another reason why I'm very anxious and nervous is because for this horseshoe section, it needs to be over directed in front of my face. So I'm gonna be applying the color while the hair is in front of my face, bringing down each section at a time. And also with the prismatic rainbow, you take all the colors and you basically do a little bit, take the next color, do a little bit, take the next color, do a little bit. So it's very, very time consuming. It's probably gonna take me all day to do this. So I really hope it turns out well and I hope that I like it. For color today, we're going to be using Pulp Riot. I got so many of their shades so I can mix them together and customize my own rainbow shades that I prefer. For my pink, I'm gonna be mixing together Candy and Cupid. So as you can see, these two boxes are different. This one is black and that means it's neon electric. I'm pretty sure it glows under UV light. So I'm gonna be mixing these two together to create a perfect pink color. For my orange, I'm gonna be mixing together Lava and Nuclear. Again, the Lava is a neon electric. For my yellow, we have Lemon and Firefly. Again, neon electric, and then just a standard yellow. For green, we have Area 51. I know I'm going to be mixing probably some of the neon yellow Firefly in with this to make it just really, really bright and a lime neon green. For blue, we have Blue Muse, and I am probably going to dilute this. I have no idea because again, I've never used these before, so I'm just gonna be mixing it up until I have colors that I like. And then for purple, we have Jam, which is like a pinky purple, so I might add a little bit of a blue in there to make it more of a neutral purple. We're gonna open all these up and see what they look like. We're gonna start with Candy, which is the neon one, and this definitely is very similar to the Arctic Fox Electric Paradise. This one seems to be way more pigmented though and not as pastel. It definitely has an orange underhue to it. So we'll start with this. Oh my god, this looks amazing. This texture, oh my god, I'm gonna love this. I already know, I'm gonna love it. Here's what Candy looks like on its own. You can see it's super orange toned. We're gonna add some of this in there, mix that up. Here's our pink shade. I'm gonna start with Lava because it's the neon shade. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add Nuclear. Here's our orange. Starting with Firefly. All of their UV shades I've used are very similar to the Arctic Fox colors, but they have more pigment behind them. I've always said like Arctic Fox UV reactive neons are more of like pastel neons, whereas Pulp Riots look way more pigmented and like an actual true neon. I'm gonna add some Lemon. Here's the yellow. Ooh, Area 51, let's go, baby. Now I am going to add some Firefly in there. I'm probably gonna add a drop of Blue Muse into that green. Literally just a booger flick. Here is our finished green shade. Oh yeah, she's dark. Here's the blue shade. I just added a couple drops of this. Definitely has a pinkish undertone to it. All right, it's time to section the hair. So this is the top section. I'm just gonna clean up the parting a little bit more. Now we're gonna go ahead and section out the rainbow pieces going this way. We're just gonna block off this section and then just do this section like this section like this, and then all of this back here will be different. We'll section this in a minute. Okay, sides are done. Let's section the back. Finally done sectioning. That took me like probably over an hour. So I'm gonna start applying color, and I'm gonna start with these two sections because there's not a lot of hair and these clips are kind of loose. So I'm worried that if I wait to do these last, these clips are gonna slide out. So I'm gonna start with this side, and then I'll do all this underneath part, and then we'll move to the top of the head, which is gonna be the most challenging. Let me spin around and show you like the full 360 of everything. Boy, this shit is complicated as hell. It'd be so great if someone could do this for me. Alright, so I'm going to be doing a voiceover and trying to give you guys some tips that made it easier for me, as well as just hanging out and talking to you guys. So when I start applying the color around my hairline, I start from the bottom and then work my way up to the top of my head, because if I would have started at the top, it would have been way more complicated to apply the color and try flipping it over my head. So I start at the bottom with the purple and then work my way up to the top point of my head. I also start by applying it at the root area, and then I use my fingertips and smush in the color, and then I apply it to the mids and ends of my hair. I also start by applying the color underneath of the section first, and then I apply it on top of the section. The reason I do that is so that way if any of the blonde is laying on top of color I've already put on, it's not going to transfer because there's going to be a little bit of a barrier there. In this next clip, I'm gonna start singing because I realize how cool it looks, and it's very cringy and it's very embarrassing, but I'm leaving it in because it's who I am. So enjoy that. Oh my god, this looks so fucking cool. Wow, this looks so fucking dope. Absolutely so embarrassing. I'm so sorry, but I had to leave it in there because some of you guys enjoy that quirky weirdness, so I left it in for those of you that enjoy seeing that side of me. So basically now I'm just moving on to the back area of my head, and here in a little bit I did record the back of my head so that way you can see me applying color to the front and to the back of my head. I know a lot of you guys appreciate both angles, so whenever I dye my hair now, I try to get both angles for you so you can see what's going on in the back of my head. So basically, this is the same stuff that I've done multiple times before. It's the same type of diagonal sectioning, and it's pretty much the exact same technique that I use when I do the vertical rainbow, so nothing new here. I just wipe my hands off in between each color to make sure I'm not transferring onto the next section, working in the color really, really well and making sure everything is super, super saturated. Here you can see the back of my head angle as well as the front, in case you want to see how I do that. This is very difficult. Over time, you'll learn to do the back of your head better and better, but it does take a while to teach yourself how to do that and to like get the right angles down. I would definitely recommend getting a mirror for the back of your head as well as a mirror in front of you, so that way you can put one mirror in front of you, one behind you, and you can look in the one that's in front of you and line it up so that way you can see what you're doing in the back of your head. Even if you're not doing rainbow and you're just bleaching your hair or dyeing it all one color, I would still recommend doing the two mirror methods so that way you can see a little bit better what's going on in the back of your head and you're making sure that you're not missing any spots. So as you can see, I jumped to the bottom section of my hair, and the reason I did that is because if I would have continued applying the color from the top to the bottom, then all of the color would have been overlaying on the blonde pieces. So I decided to stop and then start from the bottom, so that way I was working my way from the bottom up, so that way colored hair wasn't laying on top of blonde hair and I wasn't going to risk anything transferring on each other. And it makes the process way easier if you clip that hair out of the way, work from the bottom up, and that way you know you're gonna get everything and you're not having things lay over your sectioning while you're trying to apply color. So here is just what all of the color looks like applied underneath. All right guys, here comes the hardest part. I'm really nervous. So I'm gonna be using foils and I'm gonna be placing them along the spots that I've already done. So we're gonna be taking down a small section at a time. So we're gonna work with this section first. So I'm just starting by applying the first color around my hairline so that way when I put the foil under there, there's already some color and I'm not missing a blonde chunk around my hairline. So I'm starting with pink because I wanted it to still be in rainbow order, starting with pink and then the next section will be orange. As I start applying color on this section, you will see my mood start to shift. I was so excited and so stoked in the beginning singing songs, and then I'm realizing I'm way in over my head. This is so much more difficult than I thought it would be, and I don't think I can do this. So you're gonna see my mood shift real quick. All right, so we got this section done. This is gonna look so bad, you guys. I don't know why I thought that I could do this. So now what you're supposed to do is take this section, basically just lay it on top of this one. So mush it in there. And then right here, I'm gonna start with orange. So now we're gonna move on to pink. Basically, all you do is just repeat the pattern. Oh my god, I just fucked up, bro. I just fucked up. That was supposed to be purple at my roots. What do I do now? Bruh. I don't even know what to do, guys. I literally don't even know what to do. I could just continue. It would be orange here. I guess we're just gonna do this and hope it turns out fine. So let me elaborate on what exactly went wrong and what I can do next time in the future to fix that problem so that way this doesn't happen again. So in my mind, I wanted rainbow at my root area. So like I do with the vertical rainbow, I start with pink and then work my way back section by section with different colors so that way it makes a rainbow. I was thinking that's what I was going to do with this. Start with pink and then the next section at my root would be orange, because with this technique, every section you pull down, the root area, you're supposed to start with the next color. So in my mind, that's what I was going to do. But if you look at the rainbow spectrum, before pink is purple, so that's what should have gone after my pink section at the root. So what I should have done is on that first section I pulled down, I should have applied pink at my root, and then beneath the pink I should have done purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, pink, purple, and just repeated it. So I've been doing this for hours now and you'll see my attitude start to change. I'm losing my mind.
You want me to feed you a snack?
Okay, I'm back. Let me explain. I got halfway done with this section and I realized there's no possible way that I'm going to be able to do the crown of my head in this pattern. So I was just like, fuck it, I am so over this, you guys. I am beyond over this. I honestly don't care about anything anymore. I don't give a shit if it looks good. I don't care if it looks bad. I am just over it. Oh, my whole body hurts. So basically I just did some random shit. Like right here, these two sections you can see are just ombre rainbow. And then I did ombre sections all over, just different. See, look how patchy this is. It's gonna look bad. I already know it's gonna look so bad, but it is what it is. I'm over it. I don't care anymore. It's gonna be patchy. It's gonna bleed on each other. I just don't care anymore. So yeah, we're gonna let this process. I'm gonna rinse it in cold water, try to make it not bleed on each other, and I'll be back to show you what the finished result looks like. It's gonna look shitty. It's all right though. I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes. Goodbye. All right guys, I'm back. Here is how my hair turned out. So much better than I thought. I was really worried and I was really over it. And I'm so happy it actually turned out really, really well. It's like exactly what I had pictured in my head. It's not patchy. There's not any white spots. It's blended really well. It looks so cool. I'm obsessed with it. I think it's probably like my favorite I've ever done just because it's so different than what I normally do. And also around my face, it looks so cool having rainbow framing my face when I pull my hair back. I love it. Because I couldn't continue this pattern all the way back to my crown, the back does look different than the sides. So let me turn around and show you what the back looks like. Definitely would have been cooler if I could have done all the way back to here, but it's not possible for me to do. Sorry. In the future, when I go back to the vertical rainbow, I'm going to continue to do this around my face. It just looks so cool, and I love that it's not just one solid color. It's literally the rainbow around my face. I really, really like that part, so I'm going to keep doing that for sure. So let's talk about Pulp Riot really quickly, how I liked it, what were my thoughts about it. So the formulation is absolutely amazing. It's my favorite hair color I have used to date. Arctic Fox is number 2. Pulp Riot is number 1, but again, Pulp Riot you can only get if you are a licensed cosmetologist, which that sucks. So I would definitely say Arctic Fox is comparable. Pulp Riot has more of like a creamy consistency and it's not as conditioning based as Arctic Fox is. Pulp Riot is way easier to blend the colors together. When I rinsed it in the shower, it was completely clear. There was literally no color running off. With Arctic Fox, it's really difficult to create like ombres like this and blend colors together because it's so saturated in conditioner. It kind of gets white and frothy and it's hard to blend colors like this together seamlessly. And with Pulp Riot, I barely even tried blending these together and it worked so well, so seamlessly. I thought there was going to be white patches everywhere and hair that was not covered because I really didn't try that hard. With Arctic Fox, I would have had to try a lot harder in order for it to look like this. Definitely still possible with Arctic Fox. You just have to work a little bit harder to blend the colors together. If you are thinking about dyeing your hair and you are licensed, I would definitely recommend Pulp Riot. It's the best semi-permanent hair color I've used that's a professional brand. Not only does it blend together, but it doesn't transfer on other colors and it rinses out clear, so you're not going to get bleeding. You're not going to transfer while you're doing multiple colors, and it's so easy to ombre colors together and blend. It just makes it so much easier and effortless. I will definitely not be doing this again because it took so much work. It was so difficult. Definitely would not recommend trying at home. Go to someone and get it done or have a friend do it for you because it is so hard to do by yourself. It's almost impossible. So I would definitely have someone else help you or do it for you. That is all for today's video. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much. And until next time, guys, stay weird. Bye.